and welcome to MGP253. I'm Kev, and with me as ever there's Sheepdog, Anna and Pab. Say hello, boys and girls.
Hello.
Hello, Persona is broken.
Hello.
And we're back! Hands up if you didn't think we'd ever come back. Put your hands down, people who are familiar with our work. How dare you? Of course we're coming back. This is the one thing we always come back to.
In my experience of podcasts, we tried to come back, and then after an hour we realised it wasn't recording, and then we give up entirely. So, is it recording, Kev?
No idea. I'm using a new laptop, so it's basically a recording lottery. Who knows?
Lovely, jubbly. I wondered whether Proton was unsure about us coming back. I don't know whether this is anything to do with Pab. But he asked me whether we needed a third wheel, and he
got confused. He got confused. He was asking about, because we haven't been doing it for the last few weeks, and he assumed it. I don't know.
I just ignored him.
Yeah,
I know he doesn't listen, and I just didn't respond. I thought it's easier to not respond because I don't have to enter his mind and to try and understand what he thinks.
He did have a little cry about it because he thought Pab had given up, didn't you? Tears,
no, I
real
actually
man tears.
wasn't sure what's going on. Has anyone dropped out this week? Because Proton's on one. And Kev said, not as far as I'm aware. And I thought, won't give Pab the opportunity to say he's dropping out.
No,
so I'll just assume he's there.
Well, having people saying that I've been giving misinformation this week already, so...
Well, you have been giving...
That wasn't the case.
You told Jake that there's no MGPX this year.
Well, tell him right now there is one.
There is MGPX this year, in July, in Blackpool. We're doing it at Play Blackpool. MGPX. It's happening. There you go. Was that enough telling him there is one?
Yeah.
That's all right, then.
When in...
I'm glad you're telling me this now as well.
July, did you say?
Yeah, when we're at Play Blackpool.
Blackpool, eh?
Yeah, Blackpool.
Yeah.
Yes. We've had this discussion.
Last time I went to Blackpool, I met my future wife.
Yeah, you'll do that again this time. You'll meet your next wife.
Really? Wow. Looking forward to it. I wonder what she's like.
Yep, Mrs. Sheepdog number 4. I warn you, there will be lots of silences from me as I'm pausing and coughing my lungs out. So if I don't talk, that's why I'm not talking, because lungs are being coughed out.
You got the expo sickness, have you?
I think
black
it's
lung.
hay fever. Sheepdog keeps saying it's black lung. I don't know what black lung is.
It's from the mines.
I don't know what that is. That's from the mines, is it?
Yeah.
You been mining, Kev?
Yeah. What of it?
Yeah. That could be it then. He could be right. The black lung is a possibility.
Unrelated. Yeah.
Unrelated.
How dare you? Where were we? How long have we had off? 3 weeks?
3 weeks.
Something like that.
So we've had, there's been so much that's gone on. All the games that are coming out in 2017 have been out while we've been off. I've started reading manga. I've been to a Comic-Con. We've been to EGX.
No, you have.
Should we just not bother talking about any of it? Just let people fill in the gaps.
I think I summed up Rezzed on Twitter the day after, so we don't really need to go into that much detail there. How was Comic-Con?
It was all right.
Cool.
It was better than Rezzed.
That's not hard.
Rezzed was fine.
I forget what else you said.
Yeah.
We have to talk about Rezzed.
We're in and out in an hour.
That's not fair. We did an extra couple of laps because we enjoyed people recognising us, so that got us to an hour and a half.
We insisted on walking around at least another 2 or 3 more times to get some more selfies in.
Exactly.
We did, but we also walked around 6 times trying to decide whether that was really all there was there, and trying to discover whether there was any hidden bits where the good stuff might actually be.
It was weird. Even their big headline Persona 5 only had 4 screens.
They had 3. It was 3 on either side, I think.
6 screens then, and we had to really look for it. We couldn't. It wasn't obvious.
It was right at the front.
But we didn't go in that way.
No, we got pushed around to the side entrance, didn't we? But it was right in at the front.
Wow.
You'd have to walk back on yourself and round to get to it, but yeah, it was.
I am fascinated about how anyone can spend 3 days there.
Yep.
I don't think people do they?
Well, I don't know, we spoke to a chap who did, didn't we?
Yeah, but he was...
I know Bouncy went for 2 days at least.
No, Bouncy went for 1. Bouncy went on the Thursday, didn't he?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the guy who we spoke to was there, like, getting interviews and doing...
I think that's the only way you can make it into a full day.
I think that's what a lot of this is. A lot of that is, it's a lot more speaking to the developers, interviews and actual, like... panel sessions and
it's certainly not a consumer event, because I got my notifications on Facebook reminder things today, or Facebook memories, that this time last year we were getting ready to go to Rezzed, because last year we got to go for 2 days because it was in the Easter holidays, there was kids there, it was more of a fun event. This year, not only is Easter a little bit later, but they've deliberately moved the event out of the Easter holidays so the pesky kids can't go.
Well, you don't know that for certain. They might not have been able to book the venue. I don't know.
These things, to me, seem to just becoming more and more and more about trying to sign people up to gaming colleges and universities to do gaming qualifications. It seems to be like a bit of a money-making racket. Come along, see someone's made a game, sign up to a course. That's all it seems to be for at the moment. Most of the stuff there had been at everything else. And I know that's our problem because we've been to everything else, but there wasn't much in the way of never before seen stuff there.
Well, it wasn't anything. Pat, you were with us. You didn't play a single game.
We never play a single game at these things. I'm not saying there are stuff... But Anna, you're the only one who knows that. Actually, you should have been there because you would have played stuff. We just walk around going, this is bobbins, basically. So
Anna, I even kept quiet at first because I didn't want to be the first one to say it, because I thought everyone would just assume I'm being a negative Nelly, and I wasn't the first to say it. It was Pap.
What?
Yeah.
No, the event was Pap, not Pab.
Oh. I don't know. I just don't know. It's a lot. It's very indie. It's very, very indie. And if you're not really into these sorts of games, it probably isn't going to be for you. There's not.
The man at the entrance summed it up with the awkwardness when he said, "This isn't an exit. What? Your event's behind you. What are you doing? You can't leave. It's only been an hour and a half." And we just
I haven't been that rude to a person who I didn't know for years.
Yeah.
But he was in the middle of his routine. And, can we? Where is the exit then? Can we just leave?
Hey, I'm bored.
Yeah.
I want to go.
I need to leave this place now.
Yeah, this is very, very awkward. And I haven't walked this place for about a year. And we only walked around it, 8 times or whatever. It was just bizarre. I mean, as I said to you on the way in, didn't I? The woman who gave me my pass, I don't know, she just seemed to be expecting more from me. It was a very weird interaction because I went up to the little ticket booth thing, and I just kind of showed her the barcode, and then I switched my phone back to my game and just carried on playing it whilst holding my hand out for the pass. And then when she gave it to me, I just wandered off, but she pulled this kind of face like, bye. I just thought, what? I don't understand what I was supposed to do. Was she expecting me to be all giddy and excited? I don't know. It was very weird. It was like she wasn't used to someone being a bit like, I'm only here to walk around and, put it to the sword, I guess. But no, it was just very odd.
But to me, I didn't see... It wasn't that different from last year to me.
There wasn't anywhere near as many places to buy tap.
That might be the same. That might be the only difference. But there was still...
That's the only reason I go to these things. I want to buy tap.
Rezzed is not the place to be buying taps.
We bought plenty of tap there last year. Anna got her Fallout box. We got Fallout Monopoly there last year. They were both at Rezzed, weren't they, Anna?
Yeah.
But there was no... We got American Sweets. There was nothing of any of that sort. There was one son doing pop vinyls and a few T-shirts, and that was it. Yeah. We spent probably over £100 on tap there last year. Yeah. This year, no tap purchased.
They cut that down, they did, but There's still, to me, there was still just as many games there. I mean, there must have been just as many games there because I was getting umpteen bloody emails every single day.
Perhaps
telling
I
me to
don't
play
understand what entices people to go to an event like this, because perhaps my mindset on it is wrong, but I can't imagine going to something like this thinking, all I'm going to do all day today is just queue and play games.
Okay, so you're what? Teenager, young kid, maybe 13 to 15-ish. You get a chance to play games before they're out.
But they can't go for 2 of the 3 days at this event because they've deliberately put it in school time.
They go on the Saturday like we did. I don't know. I said it kind of baffles me why they do it like that. Do it during the week. That is, you're right about that. But kids, like I say, me being that age, I would love to have gone to one of these events and just spent all day just going around, moving from seat to seat to seat, just moving along the list, the queue of games that were there.
But you'd also want to go and buy some American sweets and a sword. I don't know, a bullet with your name on. None of that stuff was there. No, the Bullet Man wasn't there, was he? No. I don't know. Maybe just cutting down on that stuff to put more games in. I don't know. Or maybe someone you speak to from within the actual organisation to get answers like that, because I don't know. Just playing devil's advocate a bit with it. But So to summarise, we thought the event was great and we'd love to have press passes to the main event in September. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
what do people aim to get from the developer talks? I don't really...
Well, it's just insight into the actual making of the games, the development. I don't know. I don't personally have an interest in going... I mean, I might... If the Ken Levine one was on the Saturday, I might have been like, maybe. But
there used to be a point where I felt like that was what was interesting. And then we did a couple of talks with people, and I went to some, and I just thought, I don't really care about any of this. This is absolutely useless information. Because if you were there to make a game yourself, hearing how someone else did it is the worst place to start. And I just, other than hearing someone who you're an admirer of, I don't really see what's the gain. You know, you can play the games. No one was talking about a game that wasn't out, as far as I'm aware. If they were, it wasn't a game that I'd particularly heard of. It just seemed like an odd... I mean, even when the guy was saying, I'm going to interview some of the developers, I was thinking, to what end? I mean, they're not going to say anything groundbreaking. They're just going to say, I've made a game and it's really good. And, yeah, great.
I don't know. I don't know. It's content for a website, isn't it? About games and stuff. It's insight into a certain person's game, and I don't know, Sheepdog. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Yeah, we had a good chat about why people name their games after other games, and then I picked the worst example ever. I can't remember what it was called now. I pointed to the nearest game that I thought was doing it, and you went, Sheepdog, it's a 25-year-old game. And I was like, But,
yep.
I can't remember, I'm trying to think what it was. It was like Call of Honor or something, you know, it was something.
What was that?
Week.
Minesweeper got to you?
Oh, God, yeah, Minesweeper. And it was just Minesweeper with sheep. And I was just like, this guy's a knob. I mean, he's gone to the effort of making the game, and then he's gone to the effort of going to events with it. And it's like, yeah, big whoop. You took a game that everyone has for free on Windows and just added sheep to it. Go home.
So you don't want a review copy then?
I'll have one.
What's the point? I've got it on my Windows installed on my laptop. I'll just be fair.
Let's be honest, Sheepdog. We didn't play it, so it might be quite good.
Oh, I don't care.
For certain.
No, people can do one if they expect to have to play a game to form an opinion. That's not the kind of person I am.
No, yeah, we know.
Halo Blocks or whatever it was called. Titan Blocks, was it? Last year.
Like
the 3D Tetris. I was just like, again, I don't want to see someone's meddling around with a game development tool, seeing if they can rip off Tetris. Just write a story and build it into a game. That's what I want from people.
Well, that's what I'll provide you with then, sir.
Good.
Anna, moving on from Rezzed, do you reckon you could count the games you've bought since we last did a show on one hand, or do you need two hands, or more hands? How many hands?
I don't know.
Come on, list them.
Oh, gosh.
Bulletstorm, Persona 5, Mass Effect.
No, right. So
two of them I bought, by the way. I'm quite impressed with
that. So what I've played is, Bulletstorm, Persona 5, Mass Effect Andromeda, Styx, whatever his name is, Wildlands, what else is up there? Horizon Zero Dawn. I think that's it.
Was Horizon not even out when we last did a show?
Horizon was out, yeah.
Was it?
Oh, Lego City Undercover.
Oh, yeah, you forgot you pre-ordered that one.
I did. Because I kept seeing it, I was like, I don't think I've ordered it, but then I had
it showed
ordered
up.
It.
Maybe you didn't. Maybe the postman's just buying them for you at this point. It's like, you'll notice me. Maybe Gav's put in a good word. Postman Gav's just had a quick nod to his mate at the sort of office and gone, if you see any of these, just chuck them in Anna's letterbox.
So, of all these many games, what's the best one?
Don't give him the satisfaction, Anna.
I'm on the edge of my seat waiting to cheer. Anna, what's the best one of all of them? Anna, you can say Persona. It's fine.
No, Persona.
So Persona's the best. Yes! She said Persona! No.
It's fun, but I have gone against what everyone's saying, and I like Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't...
Just not as much as you like Persona 5.
No, because I've played a lot of Mass Effect. I'm not on Persona. It's like 2-3 days old, and I just want to get through what I'm doing and see where it progresses. Whereas Mass Effect, we got it a bit early, and I played it constantly until about Monday, and then obviously I've been playing this, but I don't mind it. Like, all the awkwardness and the animations don't bother me at all.
They fixed it now, haven't they?
Yeah, they basically what was wrong with it is the eyes were too big. That was the only problem with that game. Basically, the eyes were like Pixar.
Well, there were two problems that I found with it, and one of them was the eyes. They weren't that bad. You could get over it. The other issue I had was the character creation tool was just a little bit bizarre. It wasn't out last time we did a show, I don't think. So I don't think I told the story on the show. But one thing it's taken this from, I'm thinking it's LA Noire, where you pick the mum and the dad and then they make you a person. So in Mass Effect, you pick the brother and the sister, and then GTA, make your dad.
Yeah,
which one? Because you could make it. Was it GTA when you can do it and it could pick the Red Dead guy though?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Okay. I just assumed it was LA Noire. Right. So I didn't bother making the brother. I just went straight for Sarah. Made her and could not find a way to just make I wanted to make my shepherd, basically. A red-headed white woman in her N7 uniform, job done. I ended up with this kind of red-headed Asian woman that was literally the closest I could get to a European.
Yeah, you had that is a problem. You have to press that, then go back and then press it again, and then you could change it properly. Because mine looks not Asian, but I know the problem.
But does yours look European? Because what I found quite funny was when it started up and you got you met your dad. My dad was basically this old Chinese man who has one kind of Chinese daughter and one completely white, brown-haired son.
Yeah.
And I was just like, this really didn't work out, did it? I didn't know it was going to happen, obviously, when I started it up. I was just trying to make... I mean, I don't have a problem. Mine looks fine. I was happy with what I ended up with. I just wanted to make my shepherd and was surprised to find that there was absolutely no way to give her pale skin. I just wanted a pale redhead. Isn't that what every man wants? And, it didn't happen.
I don't know if everyone wants a redhead, but... Okay.
Well, they can endure more pain, is my theory. So when you said...
my girl's got purple hair.
Can purple-haired people endure as much pain as a redhead?
Don't know. She gets through a lot.
I bet she does. But I haven't had the time to play this as much as I want to, but I'm on...
You monster.
Well, I'm on EOS, and I'm running around it, and I'm doing bits and bobs, and I really love it. I think it's exactly what I want. Whereas I know that, I think it was Pumbaa was asking what he should play, and the responses he was getting was, don't bother with Mass Effect, it's rubbish. And I just thought, no, it's not rubbish. You're just wrong. Yeah, I was surprised that the internet at large just seems to have cast its, nose up at this, and I hope it's still made enough money that they'll crack on and finish a trilogy of it. I don't know what the plan is, but I assume that's what they're doing. I'm sure that this won't affect... I mean, the first Mass Effect wasn't amazing compared to the other two, was it? You got to set a story up.
Well, if you believe the media, there's only ever been one good Mass Effect game, and that was Mass Effect 2. So it seems they just kind of will just keep making them, regardless. They've never made a good Dragon Age game either, but they make money on them, so it doesn't matter because people buy them. And Dragon Age Inquisition was great.
This is the same media that tells us that Destiny was a game worth more than.
Obviously, they don't spend enough, throw enough money around.
It's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, everyone's banging on about Destiny 2, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, isn't this like the 7th thing they've brought out for that Puxy series?
It's a 10-year game, Sheepdog. It's a 10-year game.
Yeah, you might as well take a mortgage out to buy all the bits to it. It's so one-dimensional.
What game is, sorry?
Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
But the media will constantly bang one out over that. There's still... I mean, there's just certain games they just do my head in with. And, I don't really care, to be honest. I mean, again, it's part of the why is it interesting to interview these people? I don't really care about what they say. I'm the same with the media people. I don't really want to hear their opinions on Mass Effect or whatever. I just play the games I like and moan about the things that are outrageous that I see.
Yeah. Oh. I was muted there. That's why I had a delayed reaction. You two have no excuse.
Maybe they wanted you to wade in. Speaking of outrageous, I completed Pokemon Moon the other day, and there's no national Pokedex. I can't sit there and fill up the book with all the other Pokemon that exist. I can kind of go through the game completing the one I've got, but there is no national.
There's a few gone in today, isn't there?
Hey, what?
There's a few more Pokemon gone in today, apparently.
All right, no, that sounds... I'll check, but that probably means they've just extended what Pokemon... I don't know.
I don't know. They look like older looking Pokemon, but I don't know what that means. But it's just something restoring Eurogamer, I think. Something worth looking at, Sheepdog. Look into it.
There's a Mega Stone giveaway according to Polygon.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't know either, but there is no national... Normally, when you complete the game, there's a national Pokedex, which means you can then catch all, 900 of them, whatever it is. And that becomes like the post-game challenge. But there is no post-game challenge. And, there's just little bits and bobs I can go and do, which is a little bit sad. It looks like there's apparently some Mega Stones, which means you can get Mega Beedrill and...
maybe that's right.
Which is interesting enough, but... I don't recognise some of these Pokemon particularly. I'll load it up, get them and save them. Eventually I imagine when it's Pokemon Stars or Pokemon Existence or whatever they do next, I'll be able to chuck all this slot into that and go. But I mean, I really enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. It was, they've changed up enough of it to make it feel like a fresh game. Having completed it, I felt like, yeah, that's probably the best. It's probably the first time in a long time it feels like they've made a genuine effort on the series. I always loved the games, but this feels like the first time they've kind of revamped it enough. I just wish they had the bloody National Pokédex in it. I felt like that was a really big mishap, really. I don't know what the plan is there. Maybe they're going to add it in later on, but I don't know. I just wanted to voice my complaint on the air.
Good. Someone should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow, me having this microphone muted stunts things a little bit on here, doesn't it? Goodness me.
Yeah.
Right, Anna, Persona 5. Obviously, you can't spoil it, or else you're going to have to find somewhere else to live. But I've only played the first hour of it. I have, however, got my little plushie and my little school bag and my soundtrack, and I was very excited when I got to listen to the Velvet Room music and meet Igor again. So I'm happy, but without spoiling it, and I'm about to have a coughing fit, so I won't be able to question you any further, tell us a bit about Persona 5.
What can I say about Persona without spoiling it? I don't know. I haven't played Persona ever in my life. Well, I tried 4 and didn't get on with it, turned it off because it was just a lot of reading and I just couldn't understand, and the dungeons were boring. So obviously this came and it was sat over on Kev's desk for a couple of days, and I was like, I'm just going to have a go. No one's here. I'll just put it on, and now I don't want to turn it off.
To the point where I'm not allowed in the living room. I had to sit upstairs on the bed setting up my new laptop. That's 2 nights ago, because I wasn't allowed in the living room because she wanted to play this.
No, it wasn't that. It was I couldn't find a save point. I was doing something, and you can't just save on a whim. You have to go to areas that are safe, and that's what I needed to do. And that's why you weren't allowed. So
how does it compare to? I mean, it's supposed that it's being talked about as the best ever JRPG. Now, I've never played any other Japanese RPGs apart from my horrible experiences with the first couple of hours of various Final Fantasy games. How does it compare to that kind of thing? Should I be playing other games like this, or is it a bit different? Old Final Fantasy games, this would about be on the same level. I think up to about maybe 10-2, because it is turn-based. It is that you have your turn and they have their turn. You're both on one. If you ambush them, then you get the preemptive strike, but then they can surround you at certain points. So it is Final Fantasy-esque, but it's set up completely different because you don't have, like, you have. I don't know, because I don't know what you know. Very little. Yeah, exactly. So all I know is I really love Persona 4. Really enjoyed my first hour of 5. Will play it a lot over the next couple of weeks, to the point where I doubt I'll even look at Mass Effect. Won't even put it in the machine because I'm so desperate to just get lost in Persona again, because Persona 4 was one of the best games I've ever played. So if this is half as good as that, I'll be a happy little bear. Have either of you played this? I like it. Oh, I like it up to now. I think the subject matter is a bit like, I don't. It fits with the story, but it just makes me a little bit cringe and a bit awkward because it's just a bit weird. And I know it's like Japanese and they have weird cultures. Like, yeah, and it just weirds me out a little bit. But I can see past that. I want to get to the end of what's happening, because I don't know how the story progresses in Persona. I am basically going into this blind, but I have played 10 hours
and I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. There is reading to a point, but it's not like line after line after line after line. It's a little bit here, a little bit there. You know what's going on, and then you can go and do what you want, because the world opens after a bit, and then you can go and do this and pick what you want to do. So that's kind of cool. And yeah, I'm just
Would Sheepdog like it?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
He likes the Fallout, not the Fallout, the Final Fantasy, whereas I used to like Final Fantasy.
See, I was going to say, like, I don't... I mean, it is a JRPG, Final Fantasy, but I don't consider it to be like the JRPGs that I've played. I mean... Even ones made by the same people, like when you look at Chrono Trigger versus Final Fantasy, they seem like two different ends of, Chrono Trigger's a much better quality. I mean, I'm looking down. I started Persona 4. It just seems like it's going to be too big for me on my Vita. I just don't know if I've got the patience to proceed with it. But seeing Persona 5 out, I'm kind of like, well, right now I'm not going to look beyond Mass Effect, and maybe I'll come up to this if I ever go back to Persona 4. But you're asking about JRPGs. I just brought up a quick random, like, I was looking around on the internet thinking, what would I consider other than, I mean, I've always mentioned Suikoden and Breath of Fire as two series that I've always thought were amazing. I'd consider them to be more JRPGs than Final Fantasy ever was. Final Fantasy just seems to be the most westernized JRPG. That's the only reason why it's common and known of. I don't rate them as my best games of all time. As I say, I think things like Chrono Trigger were much more unique and awesome. But yeah, if this is like that, and
it's got like Pokemon in it as well, because you have your personas which you catch. And that's quite fun. Again,
Pokemon's very JRPG like, and yeah, I'm happy with that. That's what, when I started Persona, I thought that came across really well. I thought I got the name wrong. Ni no Kuni. I was like, that's not the name. That's I'm having a stroke. But no, Ni no Kuni. That was a good style for the JRPG, because again, it was a bit like it had Pokemon bits in it. Again, it pains me that I didn't get very far in that, because me and my daughter played that together and we loved it, but we only played it for about 6, 7, 8 hours, and we got nowhere. And I've never gone back to it because I sold my PS3, and I keep thinking to myself, do I want to start it again? But yeah, if Persona 5 and 4 are anywhere near as good as Ni no Kuni and other proper JRPGs I've played, non-Final Fantasy ones, then yeah, it's got to be epic. Surely it's got to be worth an investment.
Yeah.
Splendid. Pab, what have you been playing over the last few weeks?
What have I been playing? Do you want a Zelda update?
More than anything I've ever wanted.
Okay, so Zelda update. How far have you got, Anna? Have you stopped with Zelda now?
You forgot it exists.
Yeah, I have, really. Where did I get to? I was doing my third big machine.
Divine Beast, yeah.
Yeah, I was doing my third one. I stopped playing because I got ill and I just didn't feel like playing anything. I was ill for 2 weeks and I played barely nothing.
Yeah.
And I forgot it exists. But I bought the last Zelda. Oh my god, what's it called? Twilight Princess HD. Yes. So I bought that, and I bought the Wolf Abemo. As well. I bought him because I wanted to get the wolf in the new Zelda. Which you get him and he just walks around and picks up stuff, which is quite cool. But yeah, I haven't been back to Zelda. But the thing is, it's not going anywhere, and it is a game that you can just go back into, and there's not a a lot. Like the controls aren't complicated, and you can just jump back into it. So
there's not a massive story or anything that you're going to forget and go, where was the ball?
Exactly.
You just find yourself just wandering about. Well, I do anyway. I find myself just rambling around this gigantic world, going, what's in this area, what's over here, looking for shrines. Where I last left off, I was in the desert town where that big camel turned up.
Yep, that's what I was doing. Yeah,
and I got to that town, and it said no fellas allowed, basically.
Yep.
And I went, okay, then I'll turn it off now, then, because I do not want to. I thought I'll be crafty and I'm going to climb over this wall, and someone grabbed me and chucked me back out again. I was like, yep, all right, fair enough. I'm not getting in here yet. I've got to find a way to be smuggled into this all-woman town, apparently.
Yep.
But yeah, I've done it. That is probably the main game I've played, and I've not been playing it like constantly. I've been playing it on and off, and that's how I've been playing it. Realistically, just a couple of hours here, maybe a couple of hours there, and it's just so fun just going around, wandering about, doing bits and bobs. And even if I just play for 20 minutes and I do one shrine, I can feel like I've accomplished something just in a 20-minute, just waiting to do something else. It's just such a pick up and play game, and you just put it down. Okay, I'll come back to it in an hour or so, and do another 20 minutes, and that's all I've been doing. Just filling out the map. I think I've got everywhere on the map bar one tower now. There's one that's just eluding me, I think. And I think I'm on 10 hearts now.
Oh,
10
gosh,
hearts.
okay.
10 hearts and one full extra circle of a stamina.
Wow.
I got told about a certain sword.
Yes.
I got told about a certain sword.
Annoying. Oh,
yeah, and certain conditions needed to get certain said sword, and I was like, damn, I've got some work to do.
Yeah.
So I will get that at some point. And I will continue. This is the only game at the minute I feel that I look like I'm probably going to complete, but not even close from now. Probably 2 to 3 months from now, I'll probably complete it. But I feel I'll just chip away at it here and there. I had fun. I played an hour of it on the train down to London last week. It was alright on the train. It wasn't too bad. It was quite fun playing that on the travel.
We need to buy one of these Switch things, Anna, having played with Pabs last weekend.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. You did play you played one to Switch, didn't you?
What a game that was. That has been the best game I've played all year. What a game. Sheepdog won an eating contest, would you believe it?
Kev won a masturbating contest, Anna.
Yeah.
But using your technique.
I showed him how to do it double-handed.
Oh God, please don't. I really don't need to.
And once he'd figured out, you know, real men use both hands. He was way ahead of me then. I mean, in his defence, I was surprised after 30 seconds that the game was still going. In my experience, that's how long it takes. But he just kept going and going and going, and he beat me by 8 gallons or something crazy. So
there's one thing I know how to do is milk a cow.
Yeah,
that whole thing seemed really weird. There was the jerking a cow game. There was the bobbing back and forth in front of your mouth game. There was the pat your backside game in Rhythm.
There was the bowls one. You had to have how many bowls are in your hand.
Oh yeah. Nintendo are filthy. I'm not subjecting my kids to that filth.
Yeah, it's a good party game, to be fair.
It's brilliant.
A lot of people said it's not. It's probably not worth whatever it costs.
Whatever it costs, it's worth it. I'd spend thousands of pounds on just being able to play that game.
It's a good party game. It's quite fun to have.
The thing is, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed sat there, the four of us, seeing what the games were like. If I owned it, and I'm not being negative or anything like that, but if I owned it, I don't really see me and my family putting it on beyond the first day for me to show them. And I feel like it'd be one of those times where I'd start it up and they'll just go, right, they'll go about their business.
It's not something you necessarily play constantly with the same people necessarily, but it's good to show off to people to go, here's what the Nintendo Switch can do. This is basically their Wii Sports, so to speak, to show what the console can do. And I don't necessarily think it's amazing, but like I say, it's just a fun mini game collection, isn't it? To be fair, and like I say,
it is the best game of all time.
Oh, right,
it was brilliant.
Okay, yes, it is good. It is good, especially milking cows.
Loved it.
And eating sandwiches.
Anna, we either need to get this game or we need to get a cow. I love milking.
They're probably cost the same.
Yeah, probably.
Let's get the Switch then, because
Wait
if we get a cow, what are we going to do with all that milk?
Good Lord. Do you want to know what else I played?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah? Okay. A few weeks ago, I got a game called Nier Automata.
Oh, I have heard of this.
Yes, this game is from... There is a previous Nier game which I know very little about. It's a sequel, so to speak, but it's set thousands of years in the future of it, so I don't think it's anything directly tied to it. I don't think you have to have played it to know what's going on in this one, because I have no clue what's going on in this at all. But it's from Platinum Games, who make stuff such as the Bayonettas, and this game plays like Bayonettas, and it is such a cool little game. It's about basically all the humans have evacuated Earth because some robots have tried to take over the Earth, and all the humans are on the moon now, and the humans have sent some androids down back to Earth to try and stabilize it and take it over so they can get back to Earth, basically. And it's just you play as 2B, a character called 2B, and you have a partner called 9S, or Nines as he likes to be called. That's because Nines, and it plays like Bayonetta, so it has like the gunplay and swordplay of something akin to probably you'd more likely to know Devil May Cry, and it's just super cool, like combos of like kicking people up in the air and then shooting them down and then slamming a sword into them and stuff like that. It's a cool game mechanism, and the whole system itself is really cool. There's parts of it that change, like the way the game plays. So sometimes it goes into like a 2D side scrolling bits, and then there's like suddenly like a top down like bullet hell shooters type sections. You suddenly like the camera angles turn, and you're suddenly doing that type of game. It's cool. It really is. There's a video on, I think my YouTube channel. I streamed it a few weeks ago, one evening. It's good. I need to get back to it. I've not played as much as I'd like to have played of it. There's some strange bits in it as well. There really is some strange bits, because the robots that have taken over Earth there's some robots that are quite sentient and just don't want anything to do with this takeover of Earth, and there's some weird stuff in it. If you look on YouTube for stuff, you're interested and intrigued about this weird, just look some YouTube stuff up on these robots. There's basically some robots do a reimagining of Romeo and Juliet. It's bizarre, but strangely compelling and funny as well. So yeah, I would say if you like Bayonetta, you're probably going to like this. It's cool. It's very cool. Do you want anything else from me? I've got loads. I've been off for a few weeks.
You keep going, little fella.
Yeah, okay. I bought Snake Pass. Have you heard of Snake Pass?
Yes.
Yes.
It was at Rezzed last year, I think.
Yes, it was, yes.
And this year, probably.
Yes, it was. It was on the...
Who'd have thought?
On the Switch. I keep saying Wii U. It's on the Switch. It had only been released that week, I think, Kev, so... Yeah, it only been released last week.
What business did it have being there a year ago?
It was advertising the Switch. There's not many games for it. You should know this. Needs to fill a slot somewhere.
You only need that one greatest game of all time. Plus, people like that Zelda one as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah. So anyway, Snake Pass, it's on everything. It's basically on Switch, PS4, Xbox, PC, pretty much anything. And it's basically basically like a 3D puzzle platformer where you have to collect all these certain collectibles in a map. But it's all about the physics in this game. It's all about how you get to these things. So you play a snake. I can't remember his name. He's got a name. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. He is a snake, and the trick is you move really slow at first, and to speed up you have to sliver around, so you have to meander from side to side to speed up. So that's one mechanism, so it starts you off, and then you've got to climb up, so you hold a button to start to lifting your head, and then you want to start slithering around poles and stuff to make your way up. And then then it introduces a mechanism to grip on as well, because if you just start sliding up a pole, you'll just sort of just fall off it. So you need to grip as well. There's a grip to it as well. There's just a load of different mechanics in this game to help you get to these collected, basically bubbles and gems and coins, and it's just a fun little game. It kind of breaks your brain trying to fathom out how to perform these mechanics at first, but you get a rhythm for it, and once you've learned it, it's quite straightforward to do. But there are some quite crafty areas to get to. I find it's really cool. It's supposed to be the PS4 Pro is supposed to be it really is bumped up on the Pro compared to the standard PS4. I don't know what the PC version's like, but the Switch version seems perfectly serviceable. It's not bad at all, and it's something to play on the Switch. It's an Unreal 4 game, so it looks really pretty, and I would recommend it because I don't think it's that dear, to be fair. 15 quidish, I think, maybe. And it's like I say, it's a game on the Switch, which is few and far between. So I'd consider getting that one. And that's about it, really. That is about it.
Splendid. So, has anyone else got any more games that they wish to discuss? Anna, you must have more games that you've not talked about yet.
Yeah, so I got Lego City Undercover on the PS4. I played this on the Wii, and I loved it. The Wii U. It was basically.
We call it Grand Theft Lego, which is its.
It is Grand Theft Auto. Yeah, it's Grand Theft Lego. It's yeah. So I put it on yesterday. Oh dear, it's the video parts of it are not good.
Really?
Yeah, they look awful. They look awful, basically. But the game, when you play in the game, it's Lego. You know what I mean? There's not a lot you can say. Lego looks like Lego, but the video is awful.
Is it because you're watching it on your new fancy telly?
No, I think it's a bad. They ported it from Wii U. Wii U doesn't have the best graphics, and I think putting it in a PlayStation, it's like, oh dear, that's not good.
Yeah.
But
so they focused on the game rather than the actual
so
what have you. Yeah.
The when you're playing it's Lego. There's not a lot else you can say. Everything that was in the Wii U version is in this one. You just
wait. No, it wasn't though, was it? Because I've been told that they had to take a lot of the Nintendo stuff out of the game.
Yeah, I was about to say
everything is out of the game.
The way you look at. So when you play it on the Wii U, you use your tablet a lot because that was implemented in the game. Like in Zelda, he has a Switch tablet basically, and that's how you interact with the world. With this one, basically, you only have a PlayStation controller, so you can't look at your tablet and look around. So they are all now just button presses.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so basically, one of them is where you have to scan a building to find people, and now it's just a button press, and then you just scan and then you find them that way. So they've just basically put everything that you do on the tablet onto button presses.
Yes.
Does it feel any worse for that shortcut?
It's better in a sense because it's got co-op, and it's not co-op that you used to have on the Lego, where if you were on the same screen, it would be you would both see the same screen, and then it would cut in half depending on where you were. This is straight down the middle from whenever the person starts, straight down the middle. You have one half, they have the other. So I've been playing with Sproglet, and he could just run off and go and do what he was doing while I did the story bits, and he loved it that we could do bits together, but the bits he couldn't understand, I could go and do them bits, and then I would call him over, and then he could finish them. But he could go, when I was doing that, he could just go run around and smash things up or collect the coins, and that's lovely that you can play the actual game with, like, because most of the time I would play it with a child, I wouldn't play it with Kev, that he can just go and do that. I get angry at Kev, that's why I can't play with him, because he plays it wrong. Whereas the child listens, which is... My kid's not known for listening, but he does at the moment. He's lovely, and it's nice just to play it like that. So it's there. We play about 40 minutes a day because I'm with him. The missions take a little bit longer, and the past 2 days it's been 40 minutes each mission, which is fine. It's lovely, and he likes it, and it's something he wants to do every day. So that's fun. Bulletstorm.
Tell us about this.
What's it called? Full clip
edition, yeah.
It came today.
Which, can I point out, we walked for 45 minutes across London trying to find for you last weekend.
No, you said what was the game for a friend. I told you what it was. I didn't say it was out. I just said buy me a game.
See, Kev didn't give all the details,
Kev
did he?
Bed that time.
Yeah, see.
So
I got into an HMV.
Oh God, don't buy games from there, jeez.
We couldn't find anywhere else, we were getting desperate. We'd been looking for so long.
Yeah.
It came today, put it in only this evening because I didn't really have it, well, because I was playing Persona while Kev weren't here, so I can play it, and it's the same game. It's a bit shinier. It's a bit shinier. There's not a lot else to say at the moment. I think I played it in 2012, so I can remember bits of it, but I don't remember. I don't know what the enemies look like, but it's shiny from what I can remember. But if they've added stuff, it's fair dues. Like I found, what's his name? Duke
Nukem's in it, yeah.
Yeah, I found him in a lift. It was like, he probably wasn't there in the first game, but there he was, just standing in a lift, just standing.
You can play as him, can't you?
I believe so. I have a code for something.
Right.
I haven't
that's what it is, yeah.
Because I don't really like Duke Nukem. I think he's a bit fast for me. I don't like him. Where this game is just mental. It basically, you are a pirate of some sort. You were a part of a big corporation, and then you found out you were killing innocent people, and you didn't like that, so you went away. You just become this drunken pirate thing, maybe. I'm not quite sure, but you're just this. Yeah, you look like the people from Gears of War, but in space.
Yes.
And
right.
And basically you land on a planet, and you get this whip thing, and it's an electrical whip that you can whip people with. You pull them towards you, and basically it's skill shots. So you pull them towards you, you can kick them and then shoot them, and that gets you skills. You can pull them towards you into spikes, and they get impaled. And blood.
Yeah, that's right.
The game starts with like, there's a lot of language in this. Do you want the language? Like, yep. And then like, there's a lot of gore and blood and stuff. Do you want that? Yep. I want all of it. I don't want to say no. So yeah, I only played like an hour.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's fun. It's mindless fun. Yeah. Like, this game was so underrated. So underrated. It was such a good game, because I remember playing it in 2012. I was like, Kev, gotta play this. And he was on holiday at the time, and it was just such a fun game. So yeah, that's definitely, if you find it around, or you want something mindless where you don't have to really think about, I definitely get that. I also got Wildlands. That game's too big for one person.
Yeah, to me it strikes me as a game for multiplayer.
I played the beta for a little bit, and I thought, oh, this is fun. This is cool, open world. Fine, I'll buy it. I bought it, and then I went on the map. I was like, oh my days, that's a big map. That is, I've never seen anything like it in my life. It's so big, and there's so much to do in each area, and I'm just like, whoa, this is a bit big. So that it's in the pile. It will get played when I have really nothing else to play. But yeah, it's just so big. Hold on, what else did I play? I bought Sticks. I don't really know what else. Hold on. I can tell you what it's called. It's called Sticks Shadow of Darkness. No, Shards of Darkness. I bought this because I watched someone play it, and I was like, oh my god, I like this game. And then I started playing it myself. I was like, oh, I don't really like this game. But I got a couple of hours into it. It basically, it's a lot of stealth in it, and I don't like a game where there's a lot of stealth. Like at the start, it would let you off with getting seen now and again, but then as it gets on, you have to like think outside the box to get what you need to do, and it was getting a bit like I couldn't do it. But
yeah.
It was like 20 quid when I bought it, brand new, because it was just I think it's like a AA, not a AAA.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it was there to just tide me over until Horizon came out. Love Horizon was very good, but I haven't finished it yet.
No?
I got bored of it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it just seemed like there was a lot of enemies everywhere. Now I know you're supposed to, there's a lot of stealth, but there was just like go this area and there's loads of enemies, and I don't want loads of enemies. I want to explore. It was doing my head in, so I got a bit bored of it. But again, it's a game. It's not going anywhere because I heard the Viz DLC. It is a lovely looking game. I have not played it in 4K yet. I've not popped it in to have a look because I've just got so many other things to play, like the Mass Effects and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I think when this stupid season is over and we get to the summer where there's not a lot out, I'll probably go back to it, because at the moment now I've got Bulletstorm. I think there's only one game I want, which is out at the start of May, and I think that's me done until
the season starts up again.
Yeah, so maybe there's nothing this year, maybe there's a lot of things this year, but at the moment, except for Prey that comes out in May, I am done till September, because I won't buy Destiny 2. I'm not interested in Destiny. I have it. I have like the whole collection thing going on. Mm-hmm. I've never played any of the expansion. Never. It's just sat there.
Yeah.
So, but Horizon Dawn is a very pretty game. Very pretty. I like the girl in it. She's lovely. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me have a look. Yes, that's me. I think so. But my big news is I got a 4K TV and I love it so much. I hounded Kev since November, maybe, about getting me a TV, and now I have one, and it's beautiful, and it's so big, and it's mine. It's all mine. And I love it so much. Well, no, so it's about a week old since we got it, and what can I say? So we've watched Netflix. It's got a Netflix button, which is just like amazing to me. Like I can go to my remote and press Netflix. It's like, oh my god! And then
I hear you can also press YouTube and go to some wonderful Football Manager content.
No, there's no YouTube button.
Well, okay. Well, there should be. There should be a Kev button.
There's a Google button. There's a Google button and there's a Netflix.
This shows how much time I've been allowed to have with this remote control.
So when Netflix comes up at the top, is like all the 4K library, and I'm like, yes, bring it here. Oh my god, 4K. We're watching Breaking Bad, and it's like, whoa, this looks completely different. Like it's
really,
yeah, it's so weird. It's like it's been filmed. I know this is going to sound like it's been filmed on a camera, but I can't explain it. It's so weird because like before it was just HD. Now it's like I can see their pores and stuff, and it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, we were watching the dog version of Breaking Bad.
Yeah, we were.
I'm confused because, I mean, Kev and I had a chat about it. I watched Iron Fist in 4K and it looked different, but pause, really?
Yeah, I can see everything on Heisenberg's face.
Everything, eh?
Yeah, did you know he had a moustache?
That makes one of us.
Maybe I'm biased, but I can see a difference. I put in the game that was in the PlayStation when the old TV went to the garage was Mass Effect. So I turned it on, and then I was like, oh, there's not much of a difference. But that was because spoilers, that was because I was on a white planet with lots of snow, and I couldn't really see the difference. And then
we've had reviews in the ancient past for where people were annoyed that we mentioned snow.
I don't know. Okay, I said spoilers. I don't really remember.
Was it Journey?
I don't know. I said spoilers, so they know I'm going to mention something. But then I went.
Don't worry, Sheepdog will edit it out.
Okay, I went.
Editing.
No,
I went to the Nexus, which is basically you find that place early on, and it looks really nice, and it just looks prettier, and I like it. We have a Sony one. We have 49 inches because Kev was like, "Oh, we can't get any bigger. It won't fit." This fits perfectly with room to spare.
Yeah, I got a house about 2 hours ago.
You pipe down, Sheepdog. It was the biggest one that could have possibly fit the house, wasn't it?
Kevin.
I was confused, because the TV isn't touching the sides of the gap it's in. You could have at least got another 6 inches in there. And I also suggested he could have mounted it. But
no, I don't want it mounted. No, I don't want that. I don't want to have to look up even more. I'm small as it is, and any elevation is just going to hurt my neck. I am fine with where it is. I like having the TV there. It's in front of my chair. It is in one step's distance away that I can change my games. I like it where it is. The size doesn't bother me. I don't. I would have wanted bigger. But saying that, this is fine. This does what I need. So it's pretty.
That's the spirit.
How thin it is, though.
Hang about. Where's this going?
It's freaky, and it's freaky how thin 4K tellies are.
Yes.
I feel like I'm going to snap mine in half.
Why are you carrying it?
Well, I like to just move it around, just day to day, lift the telly up, move it around.
Well, we got this out of the box, and Kev was like, I'm going to drop it. It's so heavy, but it's so thin.
Really? Yours is heavy?
Yeah, really heavy.
It's got Netflix in it, Sheepdog. Do you know how many shows there are on Netflix?
Well, when I got mine out, the heaviest part was the epoxy polystyrene that I couldn't get off of it.
Oh, no, this really... because of how wide it is and the way you weren't supposed to hold the screen, so you had to hold it.
That was a nightmare.
Yeah. So
nightmare.
Yeah, it was trying to carry it with my fingertips. That's what made it heavy. It wasn't the weight by itself.
But mine's curved, Kev, and 55 inches, so it's a little bit harder.
Yeah, I don't want a curved one because they
slightly smaller but dead straight. I think that's better.
Nah.
Yeah, I like
big and curved.
Kev was like, "Oh, let's get curved." I was like, "No, let's not get curved." I don't want curved. I don't think the technology is that great, to be honest.
Good for your eyes.
Yeah, but it was an extra £50, and that's drone money there. So You know.
Exactly. He got what he wanted. I got what I wanted. So I'm perfectly fine and happy with it.
I do want an Xbox One S, but I've been told.
Why did you wait to the Scorpio?
Yeah, that got revealed this week, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
again,
hey, that's all.
They was like, I read the specs. I was like, huh? What now? I don't know what all that means. I'm like, whatever. I could not care less about the specs in there. If we get one, we get one. If we don't, we don't. But we didn't get a.
We'll get one.
You don't play any games.
I won't be working then. I'll have all the time in the world. I'm taking retirement,
according
remember?
to you cheeky maniac. I'm going to be really busy.
I am going to be busy.
I'm going to somehow make what takes me an evening every day.
Yeah, but
full-time job.
Yeah, I don't think you quite understand how much he actually does. Like, we don't spend any time
Anna,
together.
this is his point. And when I say to him, but what you're doing now will be in the daytime and you'll have that big empty space in the evening to spend time with Anna, it's like, oh no, I won't. It'll all take up time. And I'm like,
you're not going to spend any time with me, Kevin.
I know, I'm trying to get out of doing an extra podcast with him.
I don't want to do an extra podcast. Where did that come from?
So when's Weird from the Internet coming back then?
Asking that. If I did, it wasn't serious.
But I got a new TV. Let's not go off track. And it's lovely, and it's pretty, and I'll get an 8K at one day when that comes to the mainstream. But for now, I have this TV and I love it very, very much, and I don't have to bother Kev anymore with my persistence of going on and on and on about it, because I have it now, and now I can leave him alone for a few weeks until I want something again. Because my birthday is in...
Whoa. This was your birthday present, as previously agreed. In fact, you said it was your birthday and Christmas present, and I said, no, we'll just call it your birthday present.
But yeah, I can't wake up on my birthday and I have nothing.
No, you won't wake up and have nothing. I'll rewrap the TV and we can have all the fun of pulling the cabinet out.
The first time.
Yeah, we'll have all the fun of pulling the cabinet out and setting it up again as a birthday treat.
Oh yeah, that was fun, wasn't it? I had to sit in the tiniest space I've ever seen, and he goes, "Oh, we need a bunch of wires, right? Get them."
You didn't buy wires, you plonker.
I know, I had to find them.
Not you, Kev.
What now? Why would I buy more wires? I've got loads of wires.
Yeah, but I just made sure I had everything I needed before mine arrived, you know.
Kev had it all. It was all done the back
but
of
the
his
thing
TV.
was, he was at work and I needed the TV for the day because of Sproglet man over there. So we couldn't take the TV down, find everything and put the TV up because that would just been annoying. So we did it that night. But I had to wait 4 hours for Kev to come home. You have no idea how
Where was he? Scotland?
No work.
In Scotland?
No. It came at like 11. He works till like, what,
Nearly
3?
3:30.
Yeah.
So it's a hard life.
It is a hard... There was a big TV next to me that I hugged when it was put in the front room.
I kicked it.
And I did... Yeah, you did. And oh my God, I'd never
I'm
wanted
just testing it
so much. It said, no kicking.
I find that extremely unlikely.
Did it really?
It did. It had a picture with a foot, and next
We
to
actually
the foot,
caught that whole exchange on the vlog. I came in, gave it a little tap with my foot to check it was real, and she screamed, "It says not to do that!" And then she did actually point at the sticker that says, "Don't kick this box." Which is ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like it was already Kev-proofed.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Who knew? But yeah, that's what you do. You see a big box in the living room, you give it a little kick to see what's in it.
Yeah. I kicked mine. Mine didn't say don't kick it.
Well, it's because yours was curved. It was probably straight before you kicked it.
Yeah, it probably says kick it hard to make it good.
But there's a bunch of stuff in it. There's like, you can have TV and FreeSat and all this stuff that I still do. Because the manual was like an inch thick, but only 8 pages were in English. and they were just telling me how to plug it in and stuff. So I don't know what half these buttons.
Do you know what's been breaking my brain a little bit? I have the Amazon TV box thing that does 4K, but then it also has Amazon Prime built into it. Both the TV and that box can do Netflix, but my Xbox does Netflix and Amazon Prime as well. Yeah. And I'm just completely like, I don't know what button to press. There's numerous ways to access it, or I can just tell it to do it. TVs have become a bit mental.
Yeah, I can talk to my remote. I can press a button at the top.
Has it got Bixby or whatever its name is on it?
I don't know, and I just say, like, YouTube, like, I press the button and say YouTube, and YouTube will just come up. It's insane. I've never seen a remote have a microphone and understand what I say.
It's much better than Cortana, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was just like, bloody hell, this is 2017 voice activation. When I'm like, oh, hey, Cortana, turn my TV off. It's just like, sorry, I didn't get that. I'm not connected to the internet. And I'm like, you don't need to be connected to the internet to turn the telly off, Cortana. I could have done it myself, but I've asked you to do it. Whereas this thing, I'm just like, turn it off, and they just know what I'm on about instinctively. I might not mean the telly, but the light will go off next to me.
The one thing I don't like about it is my Sky remote used to control my TV, so I could like change the HDMI's and stuff, and now I don't know how to do that.
Well, that was in the manual. We just chose not to do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't mind, but it was just like I have to. I
you
sit there
wanted to keep your remote that had the Netflix button on.
Do you have the same problem as I have where your TV came with multiple remotes? I have somehow ended up with 5 or 6 different controllers for various things now. I mean, that's including the Amazon and everything.
And my TV one.
I've got like a universal controller and then a TV controller that are
the universal one doesn't sound up to much cup then, does it?
It does do all the things. I only use that one, but I have a big pile of them on the coffee table. Just sat there. I don't really know why they were sent. The universal one does do everything. Universally, one might say.
Well, no, we have to. So we have to. I don't like surround sound though. We set that up, and I have used it once. I prefer my headphones. But get a 4K, everyone. They're great. Like they're affordable now. To me, they are affordable if that's the tech
they're affordable if you've got enough money to buy one.
Well, no, they're not in the thousands. That's what I'm saying. Like you can get a decent size for 500 quid.
Don't tell Claire that. Don't tell Claire that.
Why?
Because he bought the 1,500 quid one.
1,600 quid.
What?
Why?
Because he's mental.
It came with a soundbar.
I don't care. If you were my husband, you would not be living with me anymore.
She chose it. She chose it.
£1,500.
I just went along with it because I thought, who on earth would dare question such a suggestion?
You could get a 65-inch for that. I've seen them.
Yeah, but not this good. This is the best TV you can get unless you want the OLED one that has ghosting issues or something weird. Review sites are really odd. I know I've ranted about this in the past, but while we're on our new TV segment, all the review things said that the LG OLED tellies were the best you could get in the market, and they were always number one. But then every review said it had problems with ghosting on the screen. It had problems with some random issues with blacks and brightness, and it had issues with the App Store and all of that. And generally speaking, it just slated the telly, despite saying it was the best one you could get. And then every review site I looked at said that the Samsung one that I ended up getting looked amazing and had no problems and a good App Store, and the sound was good and the image was good and there were no ghosting issues. I think the LG one must just go slightly. It must have slightly wider range of colours or something.
It's not. It's because it's not backlit. Because it's OLED.
I have no idea. Well,
it's all about in an OLED. The pixels are lit from inside, and they're not backlit. It's all about where the lights are. Basically.
But it was bizarre because they slated it. It was like every review I read said it's the best you can get, but there's these issues, and then rattled off tons of issues. So because my wife was the one who said, like, I want this telly. I've seen it in John Lewis. It looks awesome. And I went, and they were, funnily enough, next to each other, the OLED and this one. And then I read all the reviews, and I just thought, it seems really, it's like a double bluff almost. I wouldn't be surprised if Samsung have gone, stick it in second. And it just seems mental. It just seemed like a really obvious choice out of the two. Obviously not if you don't want to spend loads on it, but my plan is to have this one for at least a decade.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, they could release 32K in a week, and I'd be like, damn. But yeah, I'm very, very happy with it, and getting the sound bar with it that's curved in the same curve as the telly, so can curve with it, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Is this going to be a regular feature, TVs?
Like you're not going to buy one for a while.
Pab needs to have it next week.
Not yet.
Sort it out, Pab.
Yeah, I'll try. See what I can do.
Right. As we have just talked about games and TVs for a considerable amount of time because we were off for so long, might I suggest, in light of the fact also I can't talk because of my stupid cough, we postpone all our TV, movie and comic talk for next week, when we will have comparatively fewer gaming things to talk about, so we don't end up being a 3-hour monster show.
Don't say anything about Walking Dead because we are behind. We have not watched the ending, so please be aware. If you say Walking Dead right now, I will have to come around your house.
She'll come over there and straighten your TV.
Yes, with armour.
Have you seen the Flash musical episode?
Nope.
That's that then.
I've not watched any TV for about a month, apart from WrestleMania, because that's taken about a month to watch because it was so long.
Was it 7 hours or something?
Yeah.
Insane, that, isn't it?
I finished watching it today, and it was on Sunday. Wow. Mad.
Well, I don't mind calling it a day there, but I have to say on record that this is the first time in 100 episodes, probably 140 episodes, that I made a list of everything I had to talk about, and it feels like it was all for naught now.
We'll just keep the list there and refer to it next week.
No, I'm going to take a magnet to my laptop now.
Okay. That'll learn us.
Show you good.
I can't remember how I do the outro on this. Did you know? You can follow us on Twitter at MGUK Podcast. You can follow me at Lollujo. Shut up,
and I'm at RB6K.
No. Talk all over you as well, you bald-headed idiot. Now it's all coming back to me. Muscle memory. Call him bald and I understand it all.
1983, 1986. What year were you born, Pab?
Why would he be before Anna?
86, bloody hell.
He's had a hard life.
And she's at Miss Lollujo.
Why have you changed the order up? Anna goes before Pab on the outro. As you know.
I don't remember.
Well, you can also follow, fan us or like us, whatever it's called, on Facebook. Facebook.com/MatureGamerPodcast. Or you can check out old Kev's YouTube shenanigans at lollujo.fm. It's ace.
Why is it only your shenanigans?
What?
I'm on there.
Okay, me and Anna shenanigans trying not to go. I can't do this.
I sent up to Instagram the other day as Sheepdog6K. I don't know how to use it. I've got no real interest in it. But if you want to follow me, I'll follow you back and oogle your pictures.
I'm on
No,
Instagram. Instagram's
you're all right.
fun.
I had considered trying to take up drawing and draw my own comic series and release it day by day as one picture a day or a couple of panels a day. But this seems like a lot of hard work for a poorly thought out idea that will probably do my head in once I'm 4 pictures in.
Oh, see you next week, boys and girls.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening, folks. Bye-bye.